We tend to treat modern geography as a solved puzzle. Between global satellite coverage and high-precision GPS, it feels as though every coordinate on Earth has been thoroughly accounted for and verified. That sense of absolute certainty guided an Australian scientific expedition in 2012 as they sailed into a remote corner of the Coral Sea. Their ship was headed towards Sandy Island. It was a substantial landmass appearing on official nautical charts, global weather models, and Google Earth, a verified piece of the world according to every digital tool at their disposal. The researchers didn't question the destination. In an era where data is synonymous with truth, they operated under the assumption that the information on their screens was a perfect reflection of the physical world. On a clear day in November, the ship reached the exact coordinates where the island was supposed to sit, but there was no land, no beaches, no trees, and no breaking surf. There was only an endless expanse of open ocean. They checked their depth sounders. The seafloor was more than 1,400 meters below them. It was far too deep for an island to have simply eroded or sunk beneath the waves. The crew looked back and forth between their navigation displays, which clearly showed the ship positioned in the middle of a landmass, and the empty horizon stretching out in every direction. The island didn't exist. One of the most trusted digital databases in the world was harboring a geographic ghost. To find the source of the error, investigators had to look back to the 19th century. This map shows the Pacific Ocean as it was understood during the height of the whaling era, a time when geography was recorded by hand. Navigation then was a manual, often imprecise craft. Using brass sextants and chronometers, captains made their best estimates of their position, recording coordinates in handwritten logs that were frequently affected by bad weather or human fatigue. Researchers believe the original mistake likely came from a phenomenon known as a pumice raft. When underwater volcanoes erupt, they can release massive fields of porous volcanic rock. These gray rafts can drift for thousands of miles, often looking like solid land masses to sailors peering through fog or heavy spray. A single misinterpretation by a tired crew in the 1800s created the initial data point. It was the first domino in a century-long chain of errors. The problem wasn't just the initial mistake, it was the institutional trust that followed. In the world of mapmaking, once a location is logged by a respected source, it is often treated as settled fact. Instead of verifying coordinates, mapmakers copied existing charts. This cycle scaled rapidly. Governments and publishers mirrored the data, creating a massive web of unverified information. Computers then ingested these flawed databases, converting old human errors into high-resolution digital certainties. Technology didn't fix the oversight. It simply gave a 19th century error the appearance of modern precision, allowing a mistake to settle into the foundation of our digital geography. Following the 2012 expedition, the correction was swift. Sandy Island was deleted from global digital databases, vanishing from the world's screens as quickly as it had first appeared on paper. It is a strange reality that a landmass recognized by global authorities for over a century could be erased forever with a single keystroke. Sandy Island is just one of many phantom islands that have littered history. Mythical lands that were used to draw political borders and inspired dangerous voyages into the unknown. These stories remind us that mapmaking is ultimately a human endeavor. Our charts are often less a reflection of physical reality and more a record of the things we have collectively agreed to believe. A map is only as reliable as the evidence beneath it. We often forget that the world we see on our screens is a construction built on centuries of accumulated observations, some of which were never actually true. In our current era, where data is replicated across the globe in seconds, the risk of a single mistake becoming a permanent truth is higher than ever. The existence of this phantom island reveals a vulnerability in how we preserve information. It shows how easily a single, unverified coordinate can settle into our databases, protected by the assumption that the records are already correct. Discovering the truth demands the bravery to look up from the screen and question the foundation of what everyone else accepts. Because somewhere, hidden in the last corners of the planet, the next mystery is waiting for someone to finally ask, is it really there?